back to Middle-earth Quest. It's Sauron's 5th turn, and of course at the beginning of the Sauron turn we have the Hero Rally step, and it means a hero that is in a space with influence, all of the influence is removed, and unless it's a Shadow Stronghold. So we do have Eleanor sitting here at Mount Doom. She is able to remove all of this influence, which is 4 of it. So that is removed from the game. And what happens is a little bit of a chain effect here. And we look at everything that is adjacent to the stronghold. So we do happen to have Dol Guldur up here, which has 3 influence tokens in it. So I think in the earlier episode I had mentioned that these are going to go down to 1. They are in fact going to drop from 4 down to 3 because they're still connected to Dol Guldur. If they weren't, they would have been cut off from Barad-dûr and they would have gone down to 1 influence. So not so great, but at least these 3 spaces now are not perilous to Eleanor because she has a wisdom of 3. Alright, now of course Argalad is up here in the South Eaves and there's no influence, so of course the influence won't come off there. So next up we have the story step. And as we know, the hero token always moves 2, so 1, 2, and that's now moved into stage 2. And the only plot Sauron has in play is, of course, Urgent Summons, which moves the ring right here 2 spaces. So the ring's going to go 1, 2. These 2 remain where they are. Okay, now it is time for the plot step, and that means Sauron can either remove a plot from the tower over here, or he can play a plot. He has a whole pile of plot cards. And so he is unable to play any other plots. So foiling Sauron. Boy, he's not too happy about this. Alright, so that's the plot step. He was not able to do it. So now we're going to have an event. I'm just going to adjust the camera and we'll do that. Okay, it is event time in the world of Middle-earth here, and this time we're drawing from the event deck marked number 2 because we have passed into stage 2 of the game. So we're going to draw the top 3 off the deck, and again we're going to look at them. The hero token is in the lead, so we're going to take the lowest number event, and this time we have a 13, an 8, and a 9. We will be looking at event number 8. The other 2 will be discarded. Okay, and sounds good for our heroes. Bran becomes King of Dale. Already war is gathering on his eastern borders. If we make no answer, the enemy may move men of his rule to assail King Bran and Dane also. It's from Gloin from Fellowship of the Ring. It says the heroes may remove up to 2 monster tokens or influence within 1 space of Lake Esgaroth, or place 1 favor in Lake Esgaroth. Alright, so we have to find Lake Esgaroth, which I believe is up here somewhere. Lake Esgaroth. Well, Lake Esgaroth is right here with the mouth of Sauron. Did I get that in camera? Probably not. Lake Esgaroth right here with the mouth of Sauron. So they can remove 2 monster tokens or influence within 1 space. Oh, that is really nice. So the heroes are going to opt to do that. The Iron Hills, of course, is within 1 space, so they're going to take off. Did I get that? Probably not. 1 monster token is coming off the Iron Hills, so that gets discarded, and I'm not sure if it gets looked at or not. It was, in fact, a monster. I don't know if we're supposed to look at this or just discard it without looking at it. Anyway, it is gone from the game. So another good event. And now we can also remove an influence. So why don't we remove an influence right here off of Lake Esgaroth? So that hit Sauron pretty hard, and it's his turn, which isn't fair, I guess. Alright, and it says here, so the heroes may remove up to 2 influence, 2 monster tokens or influence within 1 space. I wonder if you have to do 2 influence or 2 monster tokens. You can't do a combination. I think it's a combination. Someone I'm sure will correct me if I'm wrong. It's just a little bit dodgy, the wording, because it says 2 monster tokens or influence within 1 space. So if either or. I'm going with a mixture, one monster token, one influence. That's what we did anyway. All right, and now we're going to have Dane the Second show up on the Forest Road, and we're going to get a 4 favor token in the Enedwaith Plains. So Dane the Second comes showing up at the Forest Road, which is up there, and we get a favor in Enedwaith Plains. And Enedwaith Plains, where are they? Right here, Enedwaith Plains. All right, and that is that event for Sauron's turn 5. Okay, things going well for the heroes in Sauron's turn, which generally shouldn't be taking place. All right, and now it is time for Sauron to do his actions. I'm going to readjust the camera. We're going to get to Sauron's 2 actions. Okay, and of course something I almost totally forgot. When we move into stage 2, Sauron gets 2 more minions appearing on the board, and one of them is this extremely cool miniature of the Ring Wraiths, and they can show up. They show up in Minas Morgul, which is right here. So this pile of Ring Wraiths shows up there, which is most excellent. They can also move 2 on a minion movement. So gee, I wonder what they'll be doing. And the other minion that shows up in stage 2 is Gothmog of Gorgoroth, and he shows up at Mount Gundabad, which is right up here. Of course, that's where Argalad's advanced quest is. So Sauron now has 2 more minions on the board, and the Witch King is still hiding in the wings. He comes out in stage 3. All right, sorry I forgot that. That should have happened, I believe, during the story step, but I don't think any harm was done. They're out on the board now, so Sauron getting 2 more minions to try and foul up our heroes. All right, now we'll go to the action phase and do 2 actions for Sauron's turn 5. Okay, so the first of Sauron's 2 actions is he is going to place influence. So he's going to put this on the number 6. He's going to get 6 influence tokens to place on the board. 2 of them he is placing down here in the shadow pool. And you'll notice now in the shadow pool we can begin, because we're now in stage 2, putting influence tokens in this line. So he can get up to a total of 8 influence tokens in the shadow pool now. He has now 5. And he has 4 left to place on the board. And what he's going to do, I don't know if I can get this in here, possibly. He is going to place 1 on Lake Esgaroth, and actually 2 more in Lake Esgaroth, making it 3. It is connected to Mount Gundabad and Dol Guldur, so we can do it. And he'll put, actually no, he's going to put 2 there, and he's going to put 3 where, oh, why did I put Theoden? I should have put Dane the Second. Sorry about that. Dane the Second goes to the Forest Road. I put the wrong character token there because I'm not wearing my glasses. All right, so that is the first action, Sauron. And of course, the second action has to be the obvious choice. He's going to use it to move minions / monster tokens or place monster tokens. And he only gets to do that twice. However, the Ring Wraiths, like I mentioned before, they can move 2 locations when commanded to move. So they will indeed do that. They're going to go Sea of Udun, and they're going to go right here on top of Eleanor. So she is in big trouble. And I'm also going to move this monster token. Oh, I can't move it because there's no influence there. Oh man, that is very silly. Okay, I'm going to retroactively do something. I'm going to take one of the influences that I stuck on Lake Esgaroth, which is useless. This is not part of the plan. Put it on the south eaves, where Argalad is. And now during the monster move, this is the second of 2, is I'm going to move that monster token over here to Argalad. And I do believe you can place influence in spaces with characters. You just cannot place monster tokens in a space. Sorry, with a hero, not a character. Okay, that is, and did I even get that in camera? So up here, I have actually moved from Emmenmuel to the South Eaves with Argalad. I placed an influence here during the influence action and moved the monster token up to Argalad's location. So it looks like on their next turns, they are both in for some kind of battle. Okay, of course, the last part of the Sauron turn is the hero draw step, so let's go ahead and do that. Alright, so here we are with Eleanor. Her draw step's going to be extremely quick because she has no life pool left, and so she has no cards to draw even though her fortitude is 6, and that's basically going to be the end of that. Okay, with that said, then we're just going to go to Argalad and draw up his hand. Alright, so Argalad, drawing cards. He has a fortitude of 5. He already has 2 cards in his hand that he's kept. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course, he's going to be into a fight likely next turn, unless that's a blank monster token. So he draws 5 cards, a couple of plains, two hills, a mountain, a couple of plains. So that's going to be added into his hand, which will give him, of course, a hand of 7 cards to deal with whatever's coming up next. Of course, he's hopeless. You may not take more than 3 travel steps during each turn. Alright, let's go back to the main board, wrap up, and that will be Sauron's 5th turn. And next, of course, we'll have Eleanor in deep, deep trouble over in Mordor. Alright, this is going to be the conclusion of Sauron's 5th turn. We have the Ringwraiths attacking, or going to be ambushing Eleanor over there at Mount Doom. We have Argalad with a monster token in the South Eaves. We're not sure what that is. And Gorgoth showed up in Mount Gundabad. Things are looking good for Sauron. However, the player's token is in the lead. And as we know, if the players end the game or get their token to the finale first with 5 favor tokens, they instantly win the game. Sauron only has 1 plot in play, so he's having difficulty, it would seem, churning out the plots in the game, which of course advance his monster tokens. So it looks grim for the heroes, but they're actually not doing too badly. However, we're going to get into more battles. And Eleanor's turn, of course, she has to tangle with the Ringwraiths. And Argalad's going to have to tangle with possibly a monster, or maybe not. Alright, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Join me next time for Eleanor in deep trouble in Mordor.